Brexit trade rows between the UK and EU could cost Boris Johnson a deal with the US after politicians in Washington sought to thwart the Prime Minister's plan over the border in Northern Ireland. Prime Minister Johnson and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen agreed to a Sunday deadline for Brexit trade talks. Despite months of turbulent negotiations, very large gaps were said to remain between the UK and EU. The leaders said they should come to a deal or no deal outcome by the end of the weekend, with pressure on both sides to find time for parliamentary ratification. The government did make some progress this week, however, as Brussels and London came to an agreement over the Northern Ireland Protocol. Mr. Johnson had sought to override the withdrawal agreement, sparking outrage from the EU, leading to legal action against the government. This didn't just threaten the UK's trade deal with Brussels, however, as the Friends of Ireland caucus in the US also raged at the Prime Minister, warning a post-Brexit agreement with Washington would be off the cards if the Good Friday Agreement was compromised. In fact, last December, as Mr. Johnson was locked in talks over a withdrawal agreement, the U.S. House of Representatives in Washington approved a resolution reaffirming support for the Good Friday Agreement. It urged the UK and EU to ensure Brexit does not threaten peace in Northern Ireland and opposes any hard border. It also insisted that any UK-US trade agreement must meet the obligations of the Good Friday Agreement. The U.S. legislation was co-sponsored in the House of Representatives by Democratic Congressman Thomas Suozzi and Republican Congressman Peter King. Mr. Suozzi said, "The United States played an important role in the signing of the Good Friday Agreement, a momentous achievement that has been largely responsible for the relative peace over the last 2 decades." Congressman King added that it was imperative that the United States do all that it can to not only support the Good Friday Agreement but prevent any return of a hard border. Influential member of the Irish lobby in Washington, Congressman Richard Neal, has also warned Prime Minister Johnson not to undermine peace on the island of Ireland. He said earlier this year, "The American dimension to the Good Friday Agreement is indispensable.